What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of December 2024. So in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the month of December. And as you can see, the new Mystic merch is available. This is a super heavyweight oversized t-shirt that I love. So if you guys want to gift someone some Mystic gear before Christmas or the holidays, right now is the time to do it. So click the link in the description box below for the merch. But before we get into the reading, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you, Aries, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull the energy and see what's coming your way for the month of December, Aries. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides for overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Yes. All right, Aries. You know what? This month may feel somewhat quiet. I feel that it will be a month where you're really clearing out conflict from your life, and you're clearing out, or you have already cleared out a lot of drama-filled situations. It feels like December 2024 is going to be a month where you're going to be building and consolidating a lot of strength within yourself to move forward into the new year and basically be unstoppable. But it does seem like it's going to be pretty much like a quiet month for the most part. So don't click off the reading because there's a lot more information to tell you. But it does seem like overall it's going to be a very positive month. The challenge is to let go of foundations that no longer belong in your life. But overall, I see you making a lot of progress in December 2024. And by the end of the month, something's going to pick up very quickly. So from the beginning to the middle of December, Aries, I feel that there could be some sort of, I feel a lot of you are going to actually be tuning towards what you already have and being grateful for that, and it's going to magnetize something to shoot you off into a new direction. But before we get into, so gratitude is very key for you in the month of December. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe, and these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of. And the first one you have is be unstoppable. Okay? And a quote coming to my mind is, you can't stop someone who knows where they're going. Okay? And this month, to a certain degree, is also about developing discipline within your chosen line of work, I feel very strongly, and finding ways to communicate that in a more effective way. And it's all about keeping your eye on the prize and knowing where you're going. No one can stop you if you know where you're going, right? We live in an information age, and I also feel like there's certain energies around you that have been pulling you in a million different directions. There could have been new people in your life or old people pulling you this way and that way. This month, the key for you is actually going to be simplicity. But it's a willing energy of simplicity so that you can so that you can propel yourself to new heights in the new year is what I feel. There's also an energy here in your overall general energy, and with this is like focus on what people can't take away from you. Okay? Because like if you think about it, like anyone can lose a job, you can lose external things, but you can't lose a skill set. You know what I mean? You cannot lose that. So if you focus on what you can control and you focus on something that can't be taken away from you and you know where you're going, that's how you become unstoppable. And I just get this is not the energy. This is not the time to quit. And I feel like you know that with whatever you have going on. It is a time to have fun in this unstoppable energy as well. Like as an Aries, it's like we are the ram. You know what I mean? We like to go head to head with things. So it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Be unstoppable here. So this is not the time. It may be a time to, I'm not going to even say slow down, but be grateful for what you have. Work with what you have. Okay? And work on things that can't be taken away from you is the big key. The next one that you have is be the light. Okay? Be the light. I feel like your energy is really in December going to be shining light on a lot of darkness in the world. This could have to do with certain people, you know, because or certain old situations. Your challenge this month is the Tower. So this is about old foundations blowing up. It could feel like the universe, your challenge is the universe is pushing you out of situations that you've already outgrown, as well as other people. You know, this Tower could even represent your life, and these are energies that you've been involved with that are kind of like, for some reason I'm getting it like your tower may not actually be destroyed, but certain things within the tower are getting kicked out, but you're still in the tower for some of you. Don't just take it as resonate, leave what doesn't, but be the light here. If you have a light inside your chest, you would light in the dark. Do not deny the quest. So I do feel like you're going to be shining light on a lot of darkness, okay? So take it as a resonate, leave what doesn't. And also, I just feel like there is an element of December 2024 where you can really focus on things that are more positive in nature, like doing positive affirmations, gratitude work, and more focused on the light energy rather than being in a pit of darkness, okay? So happier times are on the horizon for you for sure. Now we also have conflict, so don't be afraid of conflict. The energy that you need more of is conflict. Now some of you, this card is coming up because in order to be the light, you have to remove conflict out of your, like there's certain situations that if certain people or certain things that you've been doing stay, you're going to continually be in a state of conflict. So sometimes when you're being in the light here, it doesn't mean that you're afraid of conflict. It doesn't mean that you shy away from conflict. In fact, this month's spirit is saying shine your light in the face of conflict. Okay, so don't be afraid of conflict, especially when it comes to your goals and speaking and moving towards a new foundation in your life. It's going to cause conflict to your, basically I feel like it's going to cause conflict to your old life, because the Tower represents old things that are a foundation being blown up. However, there's also an element of like, you can't avoid conflict in life, but you can pick your battles wisely is what I would say. Pick your like what means something to you as well. Don't give up something that means for you. Don't give up something that means a whole lot to you just because you're going to have to go through conflict to deal with it, is what I feel. So take this as it resonates, leave what doesn't, Aries. Your opportunity this month is the Page of Wands. And this is a really youthful, enthusiastic, fun-loving, adventurous frequency. So definitely tapping into that kind of like, that unstoppable childhood frequency within you. It's a very happy time. I feel like it's a time where you can use your creativity, tap into your inner child and things like that. There may also be more of I feel like there's more of a youthful energy around you. There could be people that you're connecting with that are actually younger than you in some sort of capacity. Aries is what I'm sensing in December, like younger energy, or just people who are also in touch with their inner child spirit. This is also about being a little bit of like an entertainer, okay? So we're gonna have to see why the Page of Wands is in your opportunity. Your challenge, like I said, is the Tower. So I feel like your opportunity is all about seeing things through a fresh set of eyes, that youthful Aries energy. You know, that's why Aries people are the most some of the most attractive zodiac signs because we're young. Like Aries women, don't even get me started because you look so young all the time. And even if you're older, you have that like that light that shines out of you. And I feel like that's what you're tapping into. Anything that makes you older, anything that makes you like that feels stale is leaving your life right now. Okay. When it comes to your overall general energy, you have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and also the Eight of Wands. So yeah, it could feel like a easier month than usual is what I would say, especially the beginning to the middle of December. I feel like there's going to be a lot of gratitude about new projects that you can create. You know, it's almost like you're going to be waking up every day in December and being like, I don't have to do this, I get to do this. There's a very like enthusiastic attitude about building a new I feel like it's also about, I saw 11:11 as I thought this thought. It's about taking the first steps to build a new foundation in your life and potentially you being surprised how quickly it can blow up. For many of you, the challenge with the Tower is that the whole reason why you haven't been able to really be enthusiastic, joyful, and happy is because you were holding on to a foundation that was not meant to be in your life anymore. So with this energy, there could be a lot of focus on getting your finances in order or starting a new side hustle or doing something where you really feel like you're creating a new stability, you're creating a new base. But in the beginning of December, you might be keeping to yourself. Many of you will be. And it's kind of a time where you may just have to go within and be alone to a certain degree, work hard, be alone. But then by the end of the month, I see there being more communication and more relationships, the idea of relationships, and this is really starting to gear up by the end of the month, okay? And also, there could be a project that you're working on in the beginning to the middle of the month that actually takes off and gets put to use by the end of the month. That's what I would predict in work, okay? In what you don't see coming, I feel like there's a new foundation of good karma coming into your life. A lot of willpower with the yellow in this reading as well. You have the Fool, the Strength card, and the Seven of Pentacles here. And this is in what you don't see coming. So I feel like with that Be Unstoppable card, it's that Leo, it's that Strength card coming through. I feel like there's a new beginning of your own willpower and balancing out the higher self, not just being out of the body and in the spiritual, but grounding it, and also not just being in the physical, being a beast, but tapping into your higher self as well. There's a new beginning where there's a good mix here. There's also a taming down of the animalistic self, I feel, in a more positive way. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be fully human, but what it means is that this old tower, I feel the tower in your challenge is somehow related, Aries, to you not really being able to control your impulses. So I feel like there's a new beginning when it comes to impulse control that leads to good karma in your life. Now, some of you, it's like, you've been sitting on a box of treasure. You've been making a couple of wrong turns that have led you to a tower moment. And there's like an analogy of like a beggar is sitting on the side of the road, and he's asking this guy that walks by, "Can I please have a couple coins? Like I need some coins. I need some treasure, please. Like I need it." And the person walking by is like, "Have you ever looked up what's inside that box that you're sitting on?" And they're like, "No, why would I do that? There's nothing in there." And they open it, and it's just like this box of treasures, this box of good karma. And I feel like it's the things that are meant to be with you, the people, places, and things, and ideas, and the actions that are actually in alignment with you. They're all going to come to fruition as this tower dissolves, as this impulse control dissolves. You just keeping it simple as well. I really feel that. And focusing on, once again, things that people can't take away from you, that's key. Because here's the thing, with this overall general energy, like the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, that is wax on, wax off fundamental zone. And it's also about not being too open. So maybe you're learning a new skill that you're not telling people about, and you're focusing on the fundamentals of what you already have going on is really what I feel strongly here, Aries, in your overall general energy. And I just had something very important to say, but it's also about doing the dirty work, for example, and not being okay. Here's what I was going to say. There are people who can have like really high paying or like really good. They're in a really good position in society because of some sort of connection that they have or a job that they have, but they're lacking skills. So I feel like this is what part of the message that this is saying is focus on things that people cannot take away from you. And like, I'm not even saying this to be comparative in a negative way, but for some reason the analogy is coming to my head. Like, you can be a snake and you can move up through society by meeting the right people, blah 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 blah. But all that can be taken away from you if you can't do it yourself. And I'm not saying that you have to sit here and do everything yourself. Far from it, because there's new soul family coming in for you big time. It's gonna shake up your life. But what I'm saying, Aries, focus on skills that people can't take away from you, then do other things, right? A lot of people get it backwards. They try to move up in society. They try to do all these things. They don't have the skills. They don't have the talent. And so everything can be taken away from them. Focus on what the hell people can't take away from you. And you know what the number one thing that people can't take away from Aries is that unstoppable youthful enthusiasm. And people sleep on the Page of Wands because they're like, oh, it's just this, your opportunity as well is to be very optimistic and to be the light. Don't be afraid of, Aries walks in the room. Everyone else is like, when conflict is going on, people are like, they can't handle it. And Aries is just like, I literally like walk down the street ready for this all the time. So I feel like that it's kind of like to a certain degree, it's a little bit of giving me of like I don't want to say ignorance is bliss vibes, but like I'm just getting a visual of like you like getting into like a scrap with like someone and just coming out like perfect because you're like, I'm not resisting it. I don't resist it. So there's something about don't resist this process that you have going on. Just basically, but there's good karma coming to you, especially if you can create a new beginning and control yourself a little bit more, focus on your willpower, do the dirty work. You're going to set yourself up for something huge. Okay, but in your advice, you have new people coming into your life as well. In your advice, you have the Lover's card, the Four of Wands, and also the Three of Cups. And this is in your advice. So this is, for me, there's new soul family coming in. There's a rite of passage when it comes to new friends, new social groups coming in for you very strongly. There also may be a choice in love that you have to do here. Okay, because the Lover's card has to do with soulmates and making a choice in love. I feel like there's either a new social group. I feel like their spirit could be, because remember, this is your advice. So the advice is that there's new people coming into your life. Like, reality could start to feel more warm and less cold is what I feel as well, just like on a frequency thing. But I do feel like there's new relationships coming in, and there also could be something about the number one thing I think for you in December and in general and like setting up is to not be lazy. I think that's a key thing for you this month. And I feel like there's people coming in who are actually not like that. This game's winner is... Okay. I better start somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and start... Let's go ahead and start clarifying this. Let's clarify why the Tower is in your challenge, first of all. Why is the Tower in your challenge? Definitely foundations that you're letting go of, Aries, for this month. But it's a simpleton month, but don't get it twisted. Simple is actually the greatest pleasure there is. Why is the Tower here in your challenge for December 2024, Aries? Yeah, there's some sort of burden that you're releasing. I feel like a narcissistic energy that was a burden to you. The Tower is clarified by the Nine of Cups and also the Ten of Wands here. So the first thing that's coming through is that the universe is advising you, hey, Aries, don't do this alone. Okay, just because there's been people in the past that have been narcissistic that made you feel like you were carrying a burden and all this stuff, their spirit is saying there's a new foundation of new, fresh people coming into your life that contain good karma here. And the Tower is all about, in some sort of way, I get like a narcissistic energy that was creating a lot of like negative synchronicity. Like anyone around you that creates super negative synchronicity, your intuition, your third eye is bugging out when they're around. That's what's being let go of in December. And it's also the 10 of Wands. So if something feels heavy, if you're around someone, Aries, and you feel drained afterwards, or everything about you is just being drained in some sort of way, that's how you know that it's not meant to be in your life. You also have the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 10 of Cups here. So there could be some sort of intuition that some sort of vision is actually not coming to fruition in some sort of way. I feel like this is about a past energy that your intuition was saying was off. Okay, some sort of emotional situation that you were building towards. Okay, the thing about Aries is that we're just on to the next thing, though. If it doesn't work out, we're not gonna. Thing about Aries as well is that we don't hold grudges as well. There's no negativity when it comes to this release. It's just something that's like not in alignment with you, and that's really it. So let's keep going. I mean, let's clarify why this Fool isn't what you don't see coming. This is some a new beginning. Yeah, you have the Chariot just jumping out. I feel like there's a new beginning of divine protection here. King of Cups. Could be new love coming in. I feel like this is a Four of Cups, Four of Swords. I feel like this is healing to some sort of thing that didn't work out. This is a new beginning that you're moving on from. There's some sort of situation that was robbing you of your stability here in terms of mental, like some sort of emotional instability was robbing your mental stability. And I feel like that's going away because the first two cards that came out was the Chariot and the King of Cups. There's new love coming into your life. There's people that are actually in the heart chakra, I feel, coming into your life, but like in the real way. You know what I mean? Like actually understanding your perspective just as equally as their own. Okay. Yeah, I feel like in the past, like, I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups, or excuse me, the Eight of Wands, because this is by the end of the month. Something quick is going to be happening. So yeah, a lot of new relationships coming in for you. You definitely have to give something up, though. I don't think you really care at this point, though. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, a new beginning. Hold on. Four of Wands. Yeah, there's new soul family coming. I feel like you're being reunited with your soul family in the latter half of December 2024. And it's going to make you very happy. There's going to be a lot of clarity as well. Good karma. Wow. Yeah, I knew something good was coming in by the end of the month. The Eight of Wands, which is about open communication, speed, travel. You're going to be communicating with your soul family in a way which contains really good karma. You have the Sun, the Four of Wands, and also the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is by the end of December, Aries. So this is a really you have something to look forward to, is what I'm trying to say. But if you focus on the past, you're going to stay there. There's something about being grateful for what you have right now. Be the light. Don't be afraid of conflict. If you have to enter conflict to exit certain cycles, and that's what you have to do, even with yourself. You know what I mean? Be unstoppable, because if you're unstoppable this month, if you do what you have to do, there is such a big reward. There's so much happiness coming in for you at the end of the month. I really feel that. So let's clarify that Seven of Pentacles, because this is like part of the card. It came out twice. So it's the Seven of Pentacles is in your overall general energy. This could be a seed that you planted long ago. This could be like people coming back to your reality, or this could be somehow like you benefiting off of karma from your past. How you handle the situation. You didn't see this coming as well. This could have been a situation that you had to move on from in the past. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of... You got a whole asser new relationship coming in. The Seven of Pentacles and what you don't see coming is clarified by the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, that's in your overall general energy, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. There's new love, abundance, and stability coming your way. And the good news is for you is that the seed was already planted. The seed was already planted. And on top of all that, There's all these good new relationships coming in for you. So with that being said, Aries, I hope this reading, this energetic reading, this tarot reading helps you out. And if you like this content, don't be afraid to get some Mystic merch. Super heavyweight. All right.